Here are my recommended settings for NBA 2K26 on the Steam Deck. The resolution I'm setting to 1200 by 800, scaling using FSR3 in performance mode. I turned VSync off and I put texture detail level on low. For overall quality, I set it to custom with advanced quality settings turned down as low as possible. Performance was really solid. With my recommended settings, I was getting a consistent 60 FPS with steady frame times and no noticeable drops. This made dribble moves and shot timing feel smooth and responsive. So I first tested with crowds completely off, and from a pure gameplay perspective, this was ideal, but I gotta say it felt a little strange and less immersive without a crowd. So next I set crowd detail to low. Performance stayed close to 60 FPS most of the time, though I did notice the occasional small dip. It wasn't enough to affect timing, but it was noticeable compared to having no crowd at all. In my park, performance is a lot more demanding. FPS usually lands in the 30 to 40 range running around the city, but it can dip into the 20s or spike up into the 50s at times. It's very spiky around the city. During a 3-on-3 game, I saw FPS hovering mostly between 25 and 30. Visually, it wasn't super smooth and there was noticeable ghosting for sure, but I was still surprised that it remained mostly playable. For a portable setup you can take anywhere, it's not perfect, but it's definitely serviceable. In terms of temps and battery life, a single 3-on-3 game in my park drained about 5% of the battery at near full screen brightness. During that match, CPU temps sat around the mid-70s and GPU temps were in the mid-80s. In single player, a full game drained close to 30% of the battery, with each 6-minute quarter using about 7 to 8%. Temps were basically the same as in my park, mid-70s on the CPU and mid-80s on the GPU. So, is NBA 2K26 good on the Steam Deck? Honestly, yeah. Considering the deck's price compared to other handhelds, I think it runs really well. In single player, you can hit a smooth 60 FPS, and while my park performance isn't quite as strong, it's still stable enough to have an enjoyable experience. Temps stay reasonable, and the battery gives you enough for a few full single player games or several online matches before you'll need a charge. For longer sessions though, you'll definitely want to keep a charger nearby. So I hope this helped you get a clear idea of how 2K26 plays on the deck.